I know now that my wife has become host to a Kandarian demon. I fear that the only way to stop those possessed by the spirits of the book is through the act of bodily dismemberment.
It's truly frightening.
This isn't a
Because you were home.
Oh man, I got this. Big one for me too, man. Yeah. Son of a...
What's up, everyone? Happy Thursday. Happy July. Make sure you're having some fun for tomorrow, but don't do too much. It is July 4th. And with that, welcome to Three Corners of Horror live here on Horror Fiend TV. And this is a special retro review, a birthday celebration, because two people turned 50. Well, one's an animal and one's a person. JR, how you doing tonight? My brother, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. So before we begin, let's all take a shot. Salud.
Salud.
50 to me, 50 to Bruce.
All right, happy birthday,
Happy
Bruce
birthday.
JR. Oh yeah, we're gonna start this party, right?
So, what about you, Rick? You ready for JR's
I'm ready. Oh yeah,
celebration?
I'm ready. Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, I
Jaws
came prepared.
easily is in my top. I would say it's in my top 2 movies of all time. I know JR. Oh, I know JR and Joe both should know what my other movie is, so I'm excited.
All right, so with that, JR, everybody sing along. Happy birthday to you.
Singing?
Happy birthday
Oh,
to
wait.
Happy.
All right, you sing, Joe.
Oh.
No, tell her to go. Tell her to
There you
go.
go.
I can't hear the.
Tell her to go, and we'll go.
To go, they'll sing along.
Okay. Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Ah, yeah, my boy.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday,
JR.
Happy
Happy birthday to
There you
you
go.
and to you, Bruce, as well. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday. And look at the cake. The cake's got a shark in it, too.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna cut you a piece, okay?
Happy birthday.
My man.
Oh, look at this drink. I'm trying this a new one. It's
What's that? 1800? I haven't had
1800.
1800 since like your I think one of your fucking parties. So somebody had that.
wild berry. Mimi comes
Ah.
door. Wild berry.
Wild berry, huh?
Well, let's say hello to everybody real quick, and then we'll go ahead and start.
All right, 1 second here. All right, we got Adam Jaws 50. Good lord, JR 50. Hello. What's up, Adam? We got Mama Rose. Someone needs to give him a birthday spankings. LOL. Happy birthday, JR.
I'll text the wife for that one. Don't worry.
There you go. And Selena V. Hello, my Harbor Fiend fam. Happy 50th birthday, JR. Emoji party right there. Adam again. Hey, Selena. Hi, Rosie. And P Rockzilla. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
P Rock, thank you for that, my boy. And okay, she's saying she's making her rounds. All right, there we go. This is
P-Rock,
earlier, I'm
P-Rock,
assuming.
pop in if you want.
All right, here we go. DeRay. Hello, you naughty people. It's not my birthday, but I like a spanking anyway. My man, we got you, bro. Thanks, DeRay. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, P Rockzilla. And the 4th corner. Hello, devilishly handsomes. Happy birthday, JR. There you go.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. And John D. Don. Happy birthday. Thank you, sir. All right, and okay, and Selena says she wants some cake. I want my cake. Before we get started, let me turn this music down real quick. I got this tape that got sent to me. I wanna share it here. I don't know what's on it, man. But let me see. So we're gonna take a look at this. We're gonna look. Now, everyone, let's see what's on this tape. Here we go.
I can't hear it though.
Yeah, you can't hear it.
No sound?
No
Did
sound.
you record it with no sound on?
No, she didn't. She didn't.
All
right.
right.
All right. Well, it's always a fail. It's always a fail. It works
Hey.
on my end. Hey, P Rock, if you're around, you know about this. How do I get sound on the presentations? she worked hard on that. I want to make sure we get that in there. But
definitely.
if not, I'll share it to you guys after the stream. So
It's a long night. We'll revisit it.
yeah. We'll revisit. So P Rock, if anyone else wants to help out with that, I don't. This sucks. Every time we try something different, something goes wrong.
Cake.
He got his piece of cake right here. So.
It's lemon too. If you don't like lemon cake,
yeah, I don't like lemon, but I will partake in lemon cake though. Lemon cake is quite tasty, especially when it's moist.
All right, so obviously, the beginning part was not all that well coordinated. I hope you enjoyed that show, but it goes to show you it's not easy to try to put together a little birthday thing all over online. But yes, tonight, we are going to be discussing Jaws. It is the OG blockbuster, the movie that coined the term blockbuster because it literally had lines going around the block, people waiting for this movie. And that was.
But before you get started, hold on. You could talk, but before we start, P Rock hit me up. So go ahead. You can talk, but let me just make sure.
So yeah, the movie. Obviously, it was a book originally by Peter Benchley, and then it got turned into a movie with Steven Spielberg directing it. I'm sure that Rick will have a lot more of the fun facts than I will, so that's why I bothered not looking anything up. But it stars Roy Scheider as Brody, Robert Shaw as Quint, Richard Dreyfuss as Hooper, and Lorraine Gary as Ellen. This is the movie that basically, when we were a kid, and mind you, okay, so this came out 72 years ago, right? Yeah. No, sorry, not 72. 47 years ago. And then Junior came around. JR, sorry. And then when we would go during the summer to Seaside Park, we actually played the Jaws game. It wasn't like the best game, but the person who was it would just put their hand in the water like the fin and go dinna, and then you go underwater and everybody else ran and you just tag that person. But Jaws made people being scared to going into the ocean, and it's been one of the movies. We've done a few other shark movies. It is again one of the hardest ones to replicate. It's a standard all on its own, and even the ones that are kind of close to it, somehow they still don't manage. But yeah, let's discuss, Jaws, the OG shark. And Jared, it's your birthday, so you're gonna go first, obviously.
Oh shit! Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear
Is
it.
this thing on?
Yeah.
Are we recording?
Yep, we're
There
good.
you go.
Oh, we're live. Okay, good. We're live. All right. Happy birthday, JR. Feliz cumpleaños. I wanted to wish you a happy birthday on your big 50th. I hope you enjoy talking Jaws tonight. 50 years of Jaws. That's crazy. I will see you soon. Enjoy your day. See you soon for season 3 of What's Your Story coming soon.
Nice.
JR, are you there? JR, I need your help. Help!
Great, that was
Little-
good,
a little
Lexi.
found footage
Love that.
there.
Little found footage.
All
It's a good
right, I
present.
guess
Thank
she's-
you so much, Lexi.
She's ready for the next season, and yeah, there you go. Thank you for that birthday shout out, Lexi. Sorry, I fucked it up the first time, but I learned.
No, that's good. That's all
Live you
right,
learn.
man. That was pretty
All
good, Lexi.
So we may proceed. I apologize for interrupting.
That's all right. Go ahead, JR. All your thoughts on Jaws? You guys are basically twins, almost.
Let me tell you, Jaws is one of the movies that, I don't know how many times we harp on it. The fact that, it was knowing the presence of the shark was in the water was the biggest thing in the film. You didn't have too much of an overexposure of Bruce, but when we got him at the right times. And it's like one of those things where it is hard to duplicate. And there's a lot of shark films that we enjoy, but are still so far behind Jaws that, it just shows you how much of a film, and the fact that they had so many issues with that film, and the fact that 2 weeks ago I didn't realize that they had a big festival up in Martha's Vineyard celebrating 50 years of Jaws, which I was pissed off I didn't go, because if I would have known, I would have gone over there for sure. But yeah, one of the things that gets forgotten about the film is the great acting. Who doesn't like Quinn? Who doesn't like Hooper? Who doesn't like, Brody? Brody is one of the most iconic characters that is probably one of the least talked about when it comes to horror films. And he's the original, for me, he's the original cop in a horror movie. But the fact that he hated the water, lived on an island, and he was put into a situation where he had to hunt the shark. And it's just one of those movies. I mean, I love the characters of this film. And one of the most iconic scenes in this film, for me, is one that Bruce is not even in. I mean, when they're sitting on the boat and they're talking about their battle scars, and and that's the best scene in the whole movie, because it's one of those where you forgot about the shark was there. Remember, Brody was like, "What the hell is that?" Oh, that's whales. I mean, he was freaked out about being in the open ocean, that the sound of whales freaked him out. And they had that famous song. Rick, what was that song again?
Show me the way, to go home.
I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
Now you're gonna get it stuck in my head. That's what happened the other day when I texted Rick. I was watching the movie now.
Hey man, after a couple more shots, I'll be singing that song.
We're all gonna be singing that song by the end of this. No, but I mean, it's a great film. I mean, for all the troubles it went through, and I'll leave that to Rick as far as the production goes, everything they went through trying to make this film. And I like the fact that there's this scene where the shark attacks the shark cage, and that really happened. And then when you hear the backstory about that, how the stunt guy had to escape the cage, and that was real film of the shark getting stuck on the cage, which, there was a lot of things in this film that you could appreciate. And I'm glad that nobody has so far remade it, because if you try to remake this, you know what? You shouldn't even be a filmmaker anymore. Leave the film as it is. No remakes. This is the classic. But yeah,
it's part of that sacred, small class of sacred films that you would never touch.
You can never replicate the characters in this film. But overall, yeah, it was a great film, and yeah, it did make you nervous getting into the water. But at the same time, it made people more aware of sharks. And even though the backlash of this film caused a lot of people to go basically shark hunting, at the same time, it brought up the whole thing about the shark conservation. So it kind of worked in many ways as far as the fact that sharks are real. But yeah, I mean, overall, this film is just amazing. I watched it the other day, and I watched it like 3 times already in the last 2 weeks.
I want to say I got 2 on that. I got 2, so you passed me on that one. I mean, funny because I always, anybody who knows me, and especially if they live down here, my legs are scarred from all the shit that I've accidentally done to myself. So when people ask me, I sit there like Quint and Hooper going, this one right here, I fell off a ladder while I was putting out some Christmas lights and so it's like sitting there and telling that story and rewatching it, I laugh because I'm like, yeah, I got kind of all these battle scars and kind of can relate to them on that one. I'm gonna go to Rick next, because Rick is, like I said, he is our basically Jaws maestro here.
The best part about this film is that it's from a book, right? Which the book was inspired by actual true life shark attacks in New Jersey, from all places. And it was about, I think, 4 victims in total. 1 seriously injured, but they made it. But it was in the ocean, and then there was some in like the coastline as well, which made it scary, because that's like, why would sharks be in the coastline? And I believe it was 1916 in July. That's when this took place. So back then, there wasn't we don't have the technology then that we have now as far as photography, and like, we're just going by word of mouth of what the press said when they actually caught a shark, which they said it was a white shark. They didn't even call it a gray or white. They said a white shark. They said 2 of the victims' remains were in the shark, but again, there was never no proof, nothing. Just going by what the press said. So again, we never know. And that shark is on display. I don't know if it still is, but at the time, some guy grabbed it and trophied it somewhere, and he paid per head for people to go see it. But those attacks were relegated. They weren't just, like I said, they were not just relegated to the ocean. And there was a hot topic, and there was a lot of hysteria at that time of like a fear for sharks, and people really were fearful on them. And a lot of people went, shark hunting, and they just didn't understand it. They never really were witness or experienced anything like that, especially in Jersey. That's like something we don't really, you respect that like in Australia, for example, like great white shark attacks. But the fact that Benchley was inspired by that story, and he wrote the novel Jaws. And of course, he tweaked it up a bit, but the fact that this story could happen, and it has happened. A shark, it's a territorial shark that just finds this area, and there's an abundance of food there, and it could survive there for a long time. And yeah, it's a predator. So I love that backstory of the film, that it's rooted in actual like fact. It's something that has happened and it will continue to happen. But a lot of this movie's an adventure. That's the thing about it. That's what I love about it. It's an adventure film, but at the same time, it's horror. The movie is a horror film at its roots. I mean, we got Ben Gardner's head, floating around. When that head popped up, by the way, that head's in The Walking Dead too, in the Governor's Fish Tank collection. In case you it's a little Easter egg that Greg Nicotero threw in there. But Ben Gardner's head was a great horrific moment, and just like Hooper, I would have reacted the same way, like and this is a guy that's used to seeing weird shit. You know what I mean? And same thing with Alex Kidner, his death again horrific. That's rooted in horror. And the scene that always stuck in my head was when that guy got attacked in the water and his amputated leg slowly
Just
hit
drop
the
down.
bottom of the ocean, the sandbank in the bottom of the ocean. No sound. All you saw was like, and that, I don't know what it was. It was so simple and it looked so real. And as a kid watching that, it just freaked me the hell out. I never seen a body part, just floating around like that. And this is before I saw this movie before I seen like Dawn of the Dead and shit like that. So I was not really open to seeing, fucking violence like that. So this movie has it all. And like GR mentioned, the three characters couldn't be no different. They're iconic, This Hooper is a great character because he's a scientist, right? He's the most level-headed one there. He's courageous. This guy, he don't put up with shit. He'll tell you straight up if you're lying or if he knows something is going on. And him and Quint butted heads a lot because of that. And Quinn is a very reckless guy. This guy was very selfish. He was a seaman with a huge ego, and he was very, paradoxical. He was very hard to figure out. I would never want to go on a boat with this guy. You know what I'm saying? he was insane, essentially. He was like Ahab,
I would have.
I don't think he cared about the money. He just wanted to kill the fucking shark. He didn't care about fame or nothing like that. He just wanted the pleasure to be the one to take this shark down. He was like, you know what? You're going to fuck with me? No, I don't lose to sharks. Of course, we all saw what happened at the end. But of course, Brody, JR mentioned my favorite aspect of Brody. He's a cop that lives on a fucking island but is afraid of the water. That's like I could never live on an island because I'm afraid of water. I hate the ocean. That one scene, when he's talking to Hooper, and he has this great perspective on things. He's like, it's only an island if you look at it from the ocean or from the water. I'm paraphrasing it, but it's such a good dialogue between these two characters, and this movie's full of good dialogue. So many memorable quotes. I can't even get into them all right now, but the fact that this movie 50 years has gone by and it's still trucking along, man. Now I'm gonna go to you, Joe, because I really need to. I gotta clear my throat, man. I'm dying here.
You're good.
I got a couple things real quick though. Where you're talking about it. But the other things too about this film is the fact that it made people talk about the USS Indianapolis, which nobody knew about. Really, I didn't know about until I watched this film. And I'm like, USS Indianapolis. Then when I go back and actually research the story, what a unique story. And the fact that they actually used that in this film, I thought was a good connection to how Quinn's character really is about being a survivor.
Thank you. And revenge.
If there was only one small thing I would have loved them to add in this film,
that was awesome.
Is I wanted Quinn's little sidekick to go with him because that dude he had that laugh.
Oh yeah.
And that's the only thing I wanted. Why didn't he go with them? Because he figured he always hunts with him. And that I was interested in that. But at the same time, you were talking about how Quinn and Hooper bumped heads, but towards the end of the film, you almost got this change of character where Quinn almost admired Hooper.
They respected each other.
Yeah, because
who would it for getting in that fucking cage?
Yeah, like for me, Quinn was the past as far as how sharks are hunted and looked after. Why Hooper was the future, and I think that's another thing that butted heads is you have all this technology to hunt the shark. I do it my way, the old-fashioned way, and I'm successful. But you're gonna use, all this technology, all this money to do what I do, and I'm good at it, and you're not. So prove me wrong. So that was like how I took it. But yeah, I mean, to go back to the fact that the USS Indianapolis was such an iconic thing that is in our history that wasn't talked about. I love that whole
submarine just blasting that fucking missile and woof, man. And it's true, GR, because that again, that's real life horror right there.
Yeah.
And again, it's rooted in history. It happened. People got taken by the sharks one by one, and the way Quint told that story, dude, is Jesus. That's what I'm talking about. This movie. This is what puts it ahead of so many. Is the acting feels so natural. Like he's hamming it up, but it feels real. You know what I'm saying? It's like I believe every word this guy says, man.
And if I noticed it the last time I watched it, when he goes to tell the story, there's no music, there's no soundtrack.
All you hear is the background and the sound of the boat creaking back and forth.
Yeah.
Again, the sound design of this
giving
fucking
the story,
film is
and it's like he's giving the story, and they're sitting there in this boat making noises, and you're like,
and the sound, that whale too that JR had. Oh, that's a great touch, man.
And sound, the shot of the
comet,
the meter coming. That was awesome. Like,
that was awesome. Was that do you guys know, was that supposed to happen? Or was that planned?
That just happened.
Oh.
Yeah, it just happened.
Even better.
And it's funny because I didn't notice that until years later when I rewatched the movie again. I mean, I think once you've seen this one, this is kind of one of those that you watch almost every year. You know, even if you don't watch it from beginning to end, I'd probably go say I'd maybe watch it easily in a year, maybe 2 or 3 times. So it just because it happens
some of these
year.
comments.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick. DeRay says, I was 4 when this movie came out. Begged my parents to take me to see it for an entire year before they broke down and took me. I wish I would have had I was old enough to go during the theatrical run. Man, what an experience that must have been, dude.
I missed the re-release.
I want to go.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm talking like first experience as a kid watching it.
The original,
like,
but you've only
like
but the thing is, you've only seen it on TV, so to see it on the when
it's
they
a different
re-released
kind
Halloween.
of experience. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. What you mean. Yeah.
I had never saw Halloween in the theater. I only had seen it on VHS, and when we went for one of the anniversaries, it was just different. It's like, wow, I'm so glad I got to see this on where it was intended, the big screen. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. DeRay adds, when that severed head popped out of the boat, I jumped up and ran out of the theater screaming. What? That was a great jump scare. That's how you do a jump scare. That was great. Once again, he adds, after that, I felt like such a little pussy that I vowed to never let a movie scare me like that again. Kept my vow because these days I think August Underground is a comedy. I think we're going to be covering that soon, right, Joe?
That's coming up.
That'll
be coming up.
Yep. That's what makes also real the story behind it. But the book, absolutely. I love the ocean. Yeah, of course. A lot of people do. I just don't. I'm in the minority there. Men in the water, sharks in the water, black eyes like Dial's eyes. When he says that line, dude, Dial's eyes. All he says is Dial's eyes. That's all you need to hear, and you picture exactly what he's talking about. It's like when Quint's talking, you're picturing it in your head. Every little detail, man. Fucking awesome.
But then, what does he do afterwards? After he says that, he starts singing.
Oh, they're so drunk at that point.
No, this is like before they go on to this is when he asks him about the shark cage. Oh no, I'm sorry. He was like there was that other scene. I'm sorry, I'm confused to see that. There was that other scene where he goes, "What you got here?" And a shark cage. You put out.
You go in the water, shark.
Sharks in the water, and he just starts singing the song. You're like, oh, this freaking dude.
Well, and so like for us, like when I saw, because again, I don't know, I wanted JR had seen it because I didn't see this early on, and I do know only because we played Jaws at Seaside Park. But because
I thought you were gonna say the NES game. I had that game.
No.
Never beat it.
But living up north, and this takes place in Martha's Vineyard, and actually Amity. Amity was the name of the town.
Amity means friendship. Okay.
Amity means friendship. But we live on the Long Island Sound, so you're seeing a movie
it's close to home,
close to home. So when we would go to Seaside Park, you could see some people are like, JR was scared to get into the water for many years. I mean, if that boy stepped on a horseshoe crab, he would not come back to the water.
But look what you just said. You go into the water and you step on a fucking horseshoe crab as to a kid, it looks like a fucking alien, dude.
It
like,
is,
nah,
but after you've
that's
gone
why I
there
don't
a
like
couple
the
of years,
ocean.
you're used to it.
No water, no lake. I don't like any of that shit, bro. I mean, I could admire them, but it's just you don't know what the fuck is in it, especially the ocean.
Well, and living in Florida, I actually go swimming in the shark.
Well, you got frogs in your backyard though, so you got everything.
Yes, but so
gators.
in New Smyrna, that's the shark bite capital. I go
Which,
swimming there
which
all
this
the
fucker
time.
took me there too.
I
Oh,
took you there.
we're
Yeah.
gonna go to New Smyrna. I was like, wow, it's quiet over here.
No, you have to. If you, they only get bit at a certain spot.
And the thing is, like, the water's not like it's like the most clear to look at. So you're looking at murky water the whole time.
Depends on the day.
That,
Just
that's
so
that
happen
brown dookie water.
no,
It is,
our water,
man.
our
Almost
waters
like-
change.
I
You
wonder
we
what's
get,
in there.
we get clear water. I mean, but yes, when I took them, it was different. But again, growing up as kids and seeing this as a kid, going into the water did get scary. Like when you went in, you did stop and you would look around. Just make sure that the coast is clear. Me myself, I always, when I hung out with people, I made sure that there were people in front of me. By in front of me, meaning like towards the ocean, so that way if the shark was gonna get them, they'll get them first, and I have enough time to run. Totally planned that one when I was young, just to make sure that everybody else was shark bait and not me. But when I had seen this movie, like I said, I have seen it so many times, and even as many times as I've seen it, you still find something new. There's something that somehow you missed. There's, conversation. The one thing that I do laugh at that's become kind of like, especially through the years, is what was the name of the little boy who got killed?
Alex.
Alex.
Kidder.
Alex's mother, people are going,
Oh
how the
yeah.
hell? It's like, she looks like she would be the grandmother. Like, and again, you guys have to remember.
That's right. That was
This
a
was
kid.
1975, all right? People in 75 looked a lot. I mean, look, the Golden Girls, they're the same age as Jennifer Lopez right now. So people just back in the day, they looked
It's
a little
different.
rougher.
It-
And they're a northern winters doesn't number on your skin.
This
So
is
you-
how it is in general. If you look at pro
Yeah.
wrestling, the wrestlers that were on top back then all look like burly men, and everyone now they all look like fucking kids. But they're more, and they're like
around the same age.
They're the same age they were. Like Hulk Hogan was in his fucking 40s, right? And we called him old, bald and shit. And now we got guys like AJ Styles is like 45, 48 around there and shit.
It looks younger.
It looks fucking amazing and moves amazing in the ring. So it's right, yeah. It's back then. I don't know what it was. Probably I don't know. If people smoke less cigarettes now. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but yeah. So it's a if you have not seen this movie, I say this all the time. Shame on you. But this is one of those
Let's take a shot for that.
really,
Let's take a shot
really
for that.
shame on
Oh,
you
yeah,
if
yeah.
you've never seen
Get a
this.
shot. You gotta have your shots ready, Joe. That's how we
I
roll.
got them ready, man.
Oh shit!
Got it
I
ready?
got a whole stack
got-
right here ready, man. I got the
I'm
bottle.
gonna say something after this. All right, salute. Jaws
Salute.
50. Here we go, man.
Jaws
Let's go.
50th.
I did pick up the 50th anniversary 4K. I haven't popped it
Nice.
open yet. I want to check out what it looks like, and I gotta check out the bonus features on that. But
Well, one thing real quick too is like you were mentioning how this is based on a real event that happened. So apparently, the last victim was a kid, and the shark actually. The story goes the shark actually swam upstream,
yeah,
and there was these kids that were playing by basically
that was on the
river.
coastline. Yeah.
Yeah,
by the river, yeah.
and the kid that threw in the water was basically he was handicapped, and they pushed him into the water. And when he went in the water, that's when the shark attacked him, and all the boys didn't realize what they had done. Nobody knew there was a shark in the water,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they pushed him into the water, and basically that he was the last victim of the shark attack.
Those kids must have felt bad about that shit.
Now, when I first heard that story, now the original shark, this is what I want to know. Growing up, I always heard different things. I heard it was like a bull shark. It wasn't like the real shark, the real attacks.
When they really did it, I
Yeah.
don't think it was a great white.
I don't think they really knew
A
for
great
sure.
white and jerk. Cause isn't those waters too cold for a great white shark? Aren't they more like warm waters?
I would
Even
think
though,
it
No,
It
no,
was-
no.
oh,
Actually-
Amity. So never
Yeah,
mind.
actually, no. They're like, and
I'm not a
they-
marine biologist.
Well, they're
and some
coming
of-
up a lot now.
Yeah, and in some of the sequels, they mention
They
that
swim up for
generally
food, right?
don't-
That's
Yeah, they generally don't go into warm waters. They are
the
more
predator.
Of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, what happened now is you have such a influx of seals in the Martha's Vineyard, in the Cape Cod area, that is causing them to come up. So
Food.
you have more and more sightings of actually great whites. But I think it was possibly a bull shark, because bull shark is the one shark that actually could go from fresh water to salt water
And they're more aggressive. Yeah.
without an issue.
They're like
So
terrapins.
Yeah. Oh, they did. I mean, there's a thing with in Australia where they're worried of the fact that you have bull sharks going up into the river systems just so they could lay their eggs away from basically predators. So now you have this influx of bull sharks going up into fresh water just to lay eggs.
Well, and I actually just I think it was yesterday, heard that in Brazil, they were finding they first said a marine life that was having cocaine in their system. What was the marine life? And I was like, Brazil, all right, piranhas. It's sharks. Like sharks are going up, and then I don't even. I'm like sitting there going, well, how are they finding the traces? Did somebody get do a line and jumped into the water, or are they eating the bricks? And then I'm like, oh god, cocaine shark. And guess what? There's a cocaine shark movie.
Hold on, let's not forget, Cocaine Bear was based on a true story.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So when I heard this story, when I was reading this, I was like, oh my god, there is going to be a cocaine shark. And I looked it up. There is actually a cocaine shark.
Yeah.
I doubt we'll do that one. But
yeah, but Jaws, this film is just pure cinema. From the writing, the acting, the camera work, sound design, makeup, everything just fucking works in this movie. Like I mentioned, the dialogue. This movie is humorous, it's adventurous, it's horrific, it has great drama, great tension. It, of course, the classic John Williams score. I don't know how we went this long into this video and not talked about the fucking soundtrack. Yeah. I mean, this movie is just perfect from bottom to end. I know we normally name our pros and cons. There's no cons for me in this movie. This is a perfect movie to me. I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, if there's something wrong, it's subjective and it goes, it matters on opinion. But as far as on a technical level, like Gio had mentioned, the shark was fucking terrible, and they took chicken shit, made chicken salad out of it, because the less they showed of the shark, the more impactful it was, and that's what made it scary. The fact that you didn't see it often, and when you did see it, it was always like holy shit moments, and the fact that he looked so like dead. I mean, the sharks don't emote. They're not like you're not watching Bruce from fucking Finding Nemo. This is Bruce from Jaws, right?
I love Bruce from Finding Nemo.
Yeah. So he's gonna have those doll's eyes and not be. He's gonna pop up and kind of sit. That to me that looks so real, and no CGI present at all. At least not for the shark. I'm sure there's some computer effects in the movie somewhere to enhance things. It was not used then as it is now, but. If they even did that at that time, 75, maybe not, but everything was in camera, man. And just think about that. And look at the shit that came after this. As far as I would say, like 80% of the shark movies, there's some exceptions, there's some outliers, but nothing holds a candle to that as far as the shark's appearance. Yes, other movies use real sharks, but it always got those issues where sometimes the sizes change here and there. And
yeah.
I mean, one of the greatest, other than Jaws, to me, my favorite shark moment was some Zombie, when the shark fought the zombie underwater. And again, the shark's so small next to him, and when the shark's swimming, it's like much larger than it shrinks. So, man, I love shit like that. But yeah, man, the shark was perfect. I love how they handled it. And I'm glad that they went back. Okay, let's just show less of it. You don't gotta constantly keep showing it, but use sound, the sound design, and use the music and the camera work to evoke the menace, to invoke the threat. You don't have to always show it, man. This movie, fucking beautiful, bro.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say, I mean, I'm just going to pretty much guess. It's a 5 for everyone on this one, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right. But it go real quick. I know we just said, because I do have an interesting question to follow this up. We'll finish off with the Jaws. But if there's any last things you want to talk about, JR, again, you're the birthday boy, so you go first.
Yeah, good.
I'm trying to clarify something I said earlier. I see Adam correcting me on something.
Well, while he looks at that,
I was wondering if that was going to start happening.
Yeah.
Why he. All right, good. No, let you.
No, go ahead. Go. No, he's looking something up.
Something up.
I was gonna say a great scene where I didn't pick up until when I was a little older. When I was a kid, I didn't pick it up. But when Brody was flipping through the shark book, really quickly, he's flipping the pages. One of those pages actually has a shark and those black and white photos with an air tank in his mouth. So I'm like, when I saw that, oh my god, such a subtle way of foreshadowing. And it just makes Brody so much more intelligent that he was paying attention. So he put 2 and 2 together when he saw the air tank. Like, oh, wait a minute, I saw this in this, and so again, that goes into the finish of the film. And it's just another perfect example of writing that's meticulous in a way where it cares for the characters so they don't look stupid. And nothing just happens out of nowhere. There's a reason for things to happen.
All right. Well, actually, so.
Yeah, I had to
comments?
correct that.
I was
They
gonna
don't.
say give. I was
yeah,
gonna say
they,
give your score, but I forgot we already said it's all.
yeah,
it's all-
they don't lay the eggs. They give birth in freshwater. The bull
Okay.
sharks. So that's the correction.
Bull
Alright,
sharks. Bull sharks are like. Wait, they don't lay eggs?
No, they give.
They
like
give birth.
Only bull sharks?
I was just checking real quick because I know that I read that story about what's going on in Australia with the bull sharks.
Hold on a second. Look at this motherfucker. How does yo
Yeah.
Adam? What the fuck? Is somebody here marine biologist? How the fuck you know
I
that?
guarantee that after he said that, he went on his phone going, "I'm gonna."
Hold on, let me
research
make
that
sure.
right
Hold
now."
on. That's
Yeah.
impressive because if only wait, I gotta look that up. Only bull sharks? New ocean documentary showing. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I thank you. I ended up watching the first 3 in 2 days. Yeah, man. The first, I would say Jaws 1 and 2 are fucking great. Part 3, it's fun in its own cheesy way. I'll get into that.
Well, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. I can't imagine the young kid on the overturned boat ever got over it. Which
That wasn't it Sean or was it Michael?
his son, right?
Yeah,
Brody's kid.
Michael.
Right? Okay, G already. Let's just read it though. Correction on my part. Bull sharks, for instance, can be found far upriver, and they give birth to live young in freshwater, but they don't lay eggs in that environment. So it's only in freshwater. Interesting. Sharks don't lay eggs.
All
on
right,
veg-
wait.
That goes for all sharks?
I'm gonna get him on this one. See,
I got you, G. I got you.
I'll go for the first one.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I'll get to Rose in a second. Port Jackson sharks are. What? Oviparous? What the fuck is that? Gee, what's that word?
Which means that the females lay the eggs.
How you say it though?
Oviparous.
Alright. Which means that the females lay eggs. The egg case is a tough, dark brown spiral about 7 centimeters to 8 centimeters wide and 15 centimeters long. It is common to see them washed up on the. Hey, you turn into our stream, you're learning something.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
I know.
the
I
egg
know.
cage
I
itself
know.
will
He's
lay by the
googling
feet.
right now.
It was a mechanical shark. No CGI. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, Bruce. We call him Bruce in case for anyone that doesn't know. The mechanicals. You've been muted a long time ago, Joe. I don't know if you're trying to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, I'm saying I didn't realize.
That was a long time.
Yeah,
I
he's having a
just,
conversation.
yeah, if anyone doesn't know, the Bruce was what they called the mechanical shark behind the scenes, and yeah, that's how we call him Bruce. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah, that's
Oh,
another
We
classic.
need
I
to
was
talk
gonna-
about- we
Try
need to talk
some
about
of
what
this
Selena
shit.
says, too.
Well, and
I
was
agree. First 2 was the best.
I was gonna say that at the beginning, but with the
Here's
whole
the-
birthday thing, I like got confused, and because I was gonna go, we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would have been a great line.
I know,
Joe.
but then the birthday thing threw me off, and again, it was so fun, chaotic, and ridiculous that I can't wait to rewatch that because it's like
Bro,
just
that was so
watching it all
chaotic.
happen.
You guys are singing, and she's singing.
I know. Well, and I didn't realize. Yeah, it was like I said.
You know what I ended up doing? I ended up watching all 4 Jaws movies in the last couple of days.
Well,
Just
good
to
you
go
did.
back and look at them.
Good you did, because like I said, my follow-up question is actually going to be, because like I'm just gonna put this out. We're not going to discuss 1 and 2. Like we're not doing the verses. I'm telling you right now.
I see it. Joe.
Who Adam said?
Whatever. Whoever heard of a Port Jackson shark, anyways. There's some shark enthusiasts in this.
Well, actually,
in this
Rick,
scene.
before we move on, any last thing on Jaws you wanted to say?
Yeah, I just want to touch on the opening just real quickly. The opening is so iconic, and if you look behind it on GR, he got a little poster back there. The opening became the fucking movie poster.
Yeah.
Anyone who's anyone sees this, and they know where it's from, right? Oh no, that's not the one, Joe. But
No, I know. I got my Jaws. I got my Jaws, but he's got the actual.
I got it.
It's just a classic opening, man. Like from
Oh,
just
yeah.
the old school campfire and the couple going into the water. That guy's like, oh, I'm too drunk for this. You know,
He's so wasted.
That
he's
would've
all
been
stuck
me.
wasted.
When I
He's
watched
stumbling
it
around.
again, I'm like, that would sort of been me.
But
like at that moment.
When the girl goes into the water, man, and she gets pulled down, and you hear the gurgling as he's like trying to breathe, and the way it sounds is, again, when I mentioned the sound design in this film, it's stuff like that. It sounds raw, and it sounds almost like bad, like, oh, but it sounds like that's what it really sounds like. She's choking in the water, and just that whole sequence was, and it was at nighttime too, which was a little
Which is when
different.
when
It
they-
was
They attack the most.
Yeah, man. It was dark, dude. And then when you see the guy
night-
passed out on the beach, and you see like she's like fucking dead, and the blood is fucking. It's the crimson fucking puddle in the fucking water, bro.
And I've done night swimming in the ocean in the Gulf Coast, which also has sharks. And I usually it is liquid courage that got me to go in there. If I would have been without the liquid courage, my smart person would have said, "What the fuck are you, stupid? Why are you going?"
Yeah.
You know, like literally the beginning of Jaws happens at night. So,
But the last thing I will say that I love cinematography. The classic dolly push on Brody on the beach, where it's pushing forward, but the background is going.
yeah.
Oh
was an
man,
awesome
and
shot.
the way they did that was so simple as far as execution, but it looks so fucking good. This
Dude.
movie's the biggest flaw was the mechanical shark. That was it.
But you overlook it
it
still,
did-
even through these years, though. You know that, right? If you every time you rewatch it, you're fully aware of it, but it's still something you kind of overlook. And Jaws
I mean,
is still somewhat
the
menacing.
only time you don't overlook it, though, to be honest, is when he jumps on the boat before Quinn dies. That's the only time you really don't
Yeah.
overlook it. You know, you're like, all right, this. You know, you start imagining, all right, if they would actually have Bruce at work, how would it look? That scene with him jumping on the boat. But for me, I mean, that's the only time I look at it. Like, and there's one scene I laugh at every time, and no matter how many times I watch this film, I laugh every single time. Is the scene where Mike's in the pond and the kids are gonna get attacked, and all of a sudden Brody's running and that guy's yelling, "Who got a gun? Who got a gun?" And there's Brody.
the unintentional humor though. There's a lot of humor like that in
It
this
is like,
movie.
who got a gun? Shoot it! And here's Brody, the one person with the gun.
One of my favorite lines in this movie is when Hooper is trying to convince Brody to go out into the ocean to hunt the shark or to look for him. And Brody's like, "What? You mean in the water?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm not drunk enough to go on the boat." I
I
mean, that would have been me right there, bro.
See?
He tells the guys, "Hey, you guys know where I can have there's a hotel somewhere I can stay." That goes, "Yeah, take 2 feet forward."
Yeah, yeah, bro. Nice guys, bro.
Yeah. Well, he's like, yeah, you're all gonna die.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because
You're all
he
gonna
knew
die. You're all gonna die.
there's too many people on the fucking boat, and I've seen situations with too many people on the boat.
There was that one. There was a scene too where he's looking at the shark. And he goes, "I don't think it's a shark. So what's it called?" He names the shark. What's that again? You
I
said?"
hate that because what? I hate that shit. Those
It's
fucking
funny
what do you
though,
call
man.
those people up in Maine? What do you call it? It's a Martha's
Islander?
Vineyard. What do you call the people up north? The Stephen King people. Oh, I forgot.
What the main folk?
Yeah, it calls out. They
Landfall.
call them something. No, I
That
forget.
shit's
Anyway,
funny though, man.
All right. So
Good.
again, now obviously Jaws is a classic. If you have not watched it, we all took a shot on that. Shame on you. Check it out. It is available to stream. I think JR, it's on Peacock, right?
It's on Peacock. They have all of
Peacock.
them,
All of them.
1 through 4.
oh, dude, go better yet. Buy it. Put it in your collection as a physical. And they got so many different versions of it. You don't got to get the latest one. Just have it in your collection if you
Just to
do
own it.
not. Just to own it. This is a movie you have to own.
So with that, obviously with the success of the original Jaws, it spawned sequels. We're not going to discuss 1 and 2. We're actually just going to jump into 3 and 4 because they are very, divisive? Is that the right word?
Mm-hmm.
Divisive movies.
Polarizing.
Polarizing. Some people love them. Some people hate them. Some people, if you can get past, because Rick is going to use this word, I promise you, if you can get past the cheese, it can somewhat be enjoyable. And I myself did the same thing. I rewatched them all. And like for me, I don't have to rewatch 1 and 2, to be honest with you. 3 and 4 are 2 that it's not something that I go back to. And last year, my coworker Tara had never seen any of the movies. So I was like, what? I'm like, all right. So I bring my Fire Stick to work. So that way this is why my coworkers, they're all going to be twisted like me. I make them watch horror movies all the time. But so we did 1, 2, and 3. She goes, isn't there a 4th one? I'm like, we're not watching that. I'm not doing it. But I did rewatch it. And
I see part 4 more than part 3, to be honest with you.
I'll
get into that. Okay.
So just pick between the two of them, which one you feel was the worst, and obviously give your why. JR, I'm gonna go to you first, and I'll be right back too. Also, I got it on my phone, so I'm gonna hear you. Don't worry.
I was just gonna say that. How's he gonna throw him
Yeah,
to
I
him?
know.
All right, I'm gonna leave
Yeah,
now. I'm not gonna bother
I'm
this.
out. Peace.
No. I did for these moments.
What you gotta do? You gotta drain the lizard.
No, I gotta get my other shot so you don't yell at me later.
Oh, I thought Adam does that for
Yeah,
him.
come on, get.
I yelled at him later on. Yeah, let JR talk.
All right, so okay, I'll be honest. I'll tell you why I'm picking 4 as the worst first. Before I do want to tie in 3 real quick though, but with 4, I didn't like the whole concept of the sharks coming back for revenge because I think that just between that
Think about that.
between that and the
man.
Godzilla sounds of the shark when he's getting zapped, those like the 2 most horrible
Yeah.
ideas that you could ever come up with.
At the end, right? When
Yeah,
you-
I didn't. Why? I mean, why?
Who directed this movie? I gotta find out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
find
look
it
it up.
while I'm destroying this film because
Yeah, so like we can shame.
this film. Don't get me wrong. If they removed the fact of the revenge aspect of it, they could have did something good with this film. But the minute you tie in revenge, the minute you tie in the beginning of the film and goes after Sean, and then the shark decides, you know what, I'm gonna go swim down to the Bahamas and I'm gonna catch the rest of the family. That made no sense to me whatsoever. You know, and it's a shame that Brody actually passed away, so he couldn't even be in the 4th, which I'm kind of upset he was in the
Well, his
3rd.
character, yeah, his character.
His character died in the 4th, passed away in the 4th,
but they never just
they
said
never
it.
mentioned him in the
Yeah.
3rd.
He probably didn't want to come back. Then I'm not coming back.
I mean, but for me, it's just why even go that far? And don't get me wrong, like the 4th had some good kill scenes, but why do you have to throw the whole thing with the sound effect with the fucking roar?
I did like that they brought back Lorraine Grado.
I did. I wish they would.
And Michael again as a grown up and. His
I wish
brother.
I wish they would have had them both back in every single film.
But like you said, this is what this is what you would say. They wasted them.
They did.
They
'Cause
wasted.
You had, and this is what I think makes. And me and you have talked about 1 and 2 before. This is what I think makes the Brody character great because in the first one, this is a guy who was scared to go into the water, right? Who was forced to go into the water. In part 2, you had Brody going through PTSD and the fact that his career went basically in shambles. And he wasn't scared to go into water, right? And then you have part 3 come around, which we'll talk about in a second. But then you have part 4 where he passed away, and it didn't feel like it was almost like he died.
Yeah.
And then let's go to the story with the revenge shark. And I didn't like the whole concept of, like I said, the shark went up to Amity, killed Sean, decided I'm gonna go to the Bahamas because I know where they're going where she's going on vacation.
Warm waters, by the way.
So I'm gonna go to Bahamas and I'm gonna hunt her down. Oh, by the way, I saw menacing when I'm getting zapped. For me, that just that killed the whole. And Michael Caine is such a great actor, and I feel like they made such a fool of him in that. And he was great. Don't get me. I like some of his lines.
Yeah, Michael Caine in this film, probably.
But he's such a great actor.
I guarantee you he
waste him
regrets.
like that. Oh, it was definitely.
And who was the other actor too? There's another well-known actor.
Mario Van Peebles.
Mario
Van Peebles.
Your mic changed. It got louder, really loud. I don't know.
Yeah, Mario Van Peebles
I'm
was
sitting closer,
actually.
sorry.
He was actually doing good in the 90s because remember he was coming off New Jack City.
They made him a Jamaican dude.
Yeah.
Over the top accent.
Oh my god! And then
It's very cartoonish.
And then Michael was like,
he was boring, right?
Well, and that's the last Starfighter.
Yeah, it is.
That's the last Starfighter.
His wife was more interesting than him.
Joe, shot, Joe. Yeah, come on, Joe. Let's do a shot. Let's do a shot for Jaws for the Revenge. Yo.
Jaws for the Revenge. Why did we watch it?
Jaws for the Revenge. Let's go. Ready? Salute.
Oh, salute.
All right, so this
We're getting toasty tonight, brother.
Before Rick's turn on his decision, this is the only thing I'm gonna say about the third though. Is I was watching this actually earlier today with Priscilla. Priscilla never watched the film. And we're watching it. I saw it. I said, "Look how bad this looks." And unfortunately, when Jaws 3 came out, was when cinema was all about 3D. So it was a massive push about 3D. if you remove the 3D aspect of this film, and this is what Priscilla said, and I kind of agree with her. If you were going to remake any of these films, Part 3 has the most potential for a remake, because of the setting of the film. So when I'm watching it, I'm like, wow, this looks so bad. I was like, babe, watch this. They had when the shark explodes, the bad 3D with the jaw. I'm like, and then I was like, look, the shark is stuck. So I was actually making fun of the film, but which I'll ask you guys the same question before you guys jump in. Out of all, you're not going to remake 1 or 2. Out of 3 and 4, to go with Joe's question, which one would you remake?
3, hands down.
3.
I hate the concept of 4. I hate it.
The revenge, like JR was saying, the revenge part is just giving it that name. It's like, it's weird because, you know,
Come on,
sharks.
I'm sure sharks don't hold grudges, man.
No, they don't think. They're mindless killing machines. They don't sit there, and not for nothing. I'm pretty sure that it would not have remembered, because first of all, remember, Brody blew up the first one with a canister. The second one got electrocuted. So, who is this? Is it his son? Is it his wife that all of a sudden goes, oh, actually, I'm going to go with the wife. The wife goes, bitch, your family killed my husband and you killed my kid, and now I'm coming after your whole family. That's literally the concept you got to think of what Jaws the Revenge would be, because, again, both sharks died in the first 2.
It's true what GR said, too. Like, they killed Michael in the beginning. And then they follow us up to fucking Jamaica. Like, how does he follow the family? You got a tracker on him?
I know where they're going. Come on.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
What about you, Rick? Which one is yours?
Part 4 is terrible. I will say this, though. I seen it, like I mentioned before, more times than I think. I seen it probably more than Part 2, to be honest with you. Because when I was younger, I actually really liked it. And I recorded it off of HBO. I have my little blank fucking mirror, the VHS tapes, whatever, you know, Brandon was at the time. Threw that shit in there. I recorded it, and I would watch over. And my brother always said to me, bro, that movie sucks. Why you keep on? I don't know why. I just was something about it. But as I grew older, I'm like, oh my god, this fucking movie's trash. I do say the opening was pretty good, because at least for a kid, it was kind of frightening. You know,
it was.
There's the Michael. You see him as a kid in the original Jaws, and then here he gets his arm eaten out.
Sean.
Sorry. So yeah, Sean.
He was the one scared of the water, right?
Yeah, he was the one. Yeah. So he gets his arm eaten off, and he's like, for like, oh my god. Then it started finishing, and then that music. That music stood in my head all the fucking times I've seen that. I forgot that Christmas jingle shit. But yeah, this movie's notorious for bullshit like this. Michael Caine gets dropped into the ocean. Right, then when him and Lorraine Gray, she grabs him, you know, they survive, they're alive. So Michael Caine comes out of the fucking water. If you hear fireworks, that's fucking outside. I'm sorry. Michael Caine comes out of the water. He's in the water, dry as fuck. He's not wet. He's not. When I'm saying dry, I'm not saying he's a little wet. No. He's as dry as I am right now.
Like he just came on to shoot that scene.
Like he came out the water. Yes. They got him out the water, and then the next cut, him and I forgot her name. What's Lorraine's? What's her
Ellen.
Ellen. Him and Ellen she's walking him out of water. He's completely fucking dry, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? Between that and Mario Van Peebles, horrendous, over the top cartoony. He sounds like a video game.
Horrible.
Oh, terrible.
Horrible. And
not only that, I'm sorry. Ellen moved.
You guys hear that?
Quick. Yeah, look, Ellen moved on pretty quick from the death of Brody. But I'm like,
yeah, that's right. She went from Brody to Michael Caine.
Yeah.
But I will say 3 is still fun, dude. It's Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. It always reminds me of Gio for some reason. I don't know why he does. Because Gio likes what are those movies? Air Force, those movies. The movies he makes? Those. Louis Gossett Jr. He was in those. You know, those action movies with the planes. I forgot. Anyway. This fucking dude, bro. The scene at the end of the is 2 things. The JR mentioned that this is the problem with 3D gimmick films, at least for back then. When you watch them without the glasses, they look horrible. When the shark is slowly coming towards the screen, when you got the glasses on, the shark's coming towards you. So when they're younger, you're probably like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, no, I saw this one in the theater. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's the problem. But the shelf life is non-existent because once it leaves the theater, you're dead. That looks so bad. And again, the explosion, right? It was so laughable. And the other scene was when I guess the shark ate who's the character? Not Dennis Quaid. He
It
ate
was
one
the
of
guy yeah, he ate the guy that was basically
the other blonde guy.
Oh, the guy who was like the
Who was it? Like the action guy.
Yeah, he was like the shark.
Yeah, he had the fucking.
In 3.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
the grenade. Remember?
Yeah.
He ate the guy. And then when he comes in at the end of it, he still has him in his fucking mouth. The guy's alive.
Never really ate him completely. The dude
No.
was pulling his mouth.
The
and
sharks,
he's
the
crunching
sharks
him.
would never do that. The
Oh,
shark's still biting him, and he fucking pulls the pin. That's when it causes that bad 3D explosion.
I will
Those two
say-
scenes are holy shit. Yo.
So those scenes, though, and we reviewed this. Deep Blue Sea recreated the kind of that scene when Samuel L. Jackson was in front of the screen, the glass, and the
Yeah,
shark's coming, and the same way that the shark was coming in Jaws 3, and when all of a sudden he's like, "What is that?" And then they realized that the other guy who they was on the when they took him on the stretcher was in the guy's mouth.
Yeah.
Deep Blue Sea gave a little homage.
But
to
again,
that
Deep Blue Sea, if you go back and look at it now, again, the CGI sharks are fucking
Oh,
terrible,
It's not
dude.
aged well. It's not aged well.
Again,
The sharks they changed sizes because they could. Fuck.
Well, so
I gotta go take care of something. I will be right back, right?
Alright. So as far for me, like the one thing that I will say, rewatching those two, is that all right, it's definitely 4 is the worst of the two, because of what you said, JR. I think when we did, I think it was one of the live streams we did for Shark Week, we had discussed this, was the Godzilla sound that they gave him. Like all 3 movies, Jaws never made a noise. And now, he got like electrified and like, what? Sharks do not make a sound. Like, even when you see like real life stuff and you're seeing them captured, you don't hear them making a sound. So it just made it like unbelievable, basically. But I will say the weird part is that one had a little bit better tension as far as with the shark attacks. Like the banana, when they were all the granddaughter was on the banana. Like some of their kills, the tension was a little bit better than the tension you got in Part 3. Part 3 is a fun movie. What was it? Jack Quaid. I always get him confused. Jack Quaid is the son. Randy Quaid is the brother. Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid. You got a young Dennis Quaid in there. I forget the one that plays his wife. Like you had a good cast, and it's funny because there's supposed to be SeaWorld. Yeah, you've been to Orlando.
Yeah.
Where's SeaWorld at, JR?
I don't think it was the Orlando one. I think it might have been in San Diego one.
But it was the Florida. No, it was in Florida.
It was the Florida one.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing
was-
too, with Part 4 though. Mayor Van Peebles got fucked up. How he survived is beyond me. I didn't get that at all. Here we go with the happy ending shit. This dude got basically bit on the torso. A shark with a one bite, you're done. You're basically split in half. This fucker survives. I'm like, come on, what the happy? Why are you doing a happy ending?
Yeah, I mean, his character, and that's another part I don't like about it, because what I would have considered to be his death was kind of a cool scene, because it did slow it down, and then he did what he needed to do, and it's almost that, where your hero does what he's supposed to do, and then all of a sudden realizes, oh shit, I'm about to fucking die. So when they just slowed it down, and he did good, like he's going back, and you see the look on his face, like he realized, oh shit, and that's like it should have killed his character, bringing him back, having so many survivors. Damn it, I gotta wait because there was something I was gonna say about Jaws, and it kept escaping my head.
You know what's crazy? There's actually a scene. I mean, not a scene. There's actually real life footage of a guy who is basically at the end of his boat with a spear to tag a shark, and he's looking for the shark. And at one point, the shark actually comes underneath him, and thank God it was a metal railing underneath him. But the shark actually hit the railing. So if it was wooden like a Mario Van Peebles character, it would have brought him down. But it's like when you see it, I like watching stuff about sharks. So, but You see, like, oh shit, so that could actually happen because sharks can jump out of water.
And
Well,
you've
I still
seen
go back.
footage.
Yeah, I still go back to the whole thing. The way it bit him, it would have split him in half. And the fact that they needed to do a happy ending with this character because not Sean was the only family character that passed away in that film, but everybody else that was close to the family survived.
Yeah,
Which is
everybody,
Oh.
and also Lynn Whitfield. Lynn Whitfield is the one who plays the wife, who's been around. This movie had a good cast, but it was just the most. Whoever thought about like this is how we're gonna do it, just completely dropped the ball on it.
how
And
would
you
you
guys
do
said-
it though? If you was to
I
redo
wouldn't do
it,
the revenge. I mean, I'm like honestly, I think that's exactly where this movie is fucked up. The revenge.
Mhm.
How is it a revenge? Like the two sharks died, so therefore you're trying to say
actually
a
four,
family
if you think
member-
about it. If you think about it, it's
Oh.
four now, because Michael killed the other two. Well, one died in captivity, and Michael helped
Oh.
kill the other one.
right. So there you go. So 4 died. So then who is this one that's getting that's what I'm saying. It's not like you're dealing with a human being who, let's say, if this would have been a movie, in the first movie it would have been, the father of the family. The second movie would have been one of the sons. The third movie it would have been the last 2 sons, and then the last movie is the wife or the mom looking to get revenge. That's human nature, human being. But to try to portray a shark holding a grudge and going after the family to basically, get rid of this family who got rid of the family, it's illogical. That's a good word to use there. It's
But how would
illogical.
you, if you was to remake it, how would you remake it though?
I would have kept it in Amity. I wouldn't have taken it to the Bahamas because they brought up the point that throughout the whole movie that great whites don't go into warm waters. So now you've made a great white go against what nature. So I would have kept it in Amity. I probably would have kept the sons just in there a little bit longer. Like maybe have Michael go and finally say, well, because he's doing this research, and when he was at the SeaWorld, he was doing research. So finally go, let me find out why great whites go to the, Northeast Oceans and attack people. And have Sean take over his dad's job. The brothers reunite, and then one of the two dies. Yes, I guess I'm about to say I would somewhat repeat a little bit about Jaws 1, where instead of the revenge being that it was the shark, it would be that then Michael, and you can even put Ellen in there. They were like, fuck this shit. We're going to go after this shark. That would also make it cheesy though. So this is the thing. It's hard. This movie would be, for me, hard to remake because you would have to put all these other elements. But the only element I would definitely do is I would have kept it in Amity. Because everything took place in Amity.
I would have changed it though. I would have did a continuation of part 3. Remember, he was going to Venezuela afterwards. So I would have did a continuation where Sean went back to Amity, became basically the deputy. Mike goes to Venezuela, and I would have actually made it. I would have doubled the sharks. I would have made it 2 sharks, but I would have made it to the point that the whole time you're thinking there's only 1 shark doing the rogue attacks. So I would have had 2 sharks in it, and then you bring in basically Michael calls Sean for help, and then you can still bring like the version of the girlfriend or the wife of the Dennis Quaid character, so you can actually continue the story without having to really go to the Bahamas at all. Because I think the Bahamas was such a waste.
Yeah.
And while they have the good kill scenes, it still felt like it felt so out of place of the storyline. Because why is Michael all of a sudden there when he was going to Venezuela to stay for a couple of years? And I don't remember if they actually had the same carried over the same woman. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
It's funny because the thing on the top said Mike is muted, so I finally caught it. But I wondered that too. I was like, actually, you know what? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah, because if they would have did
Because
it's all about continuity. 1 and 2's continuation. 3, it could be a continuation, but the downside of the 3 is the fact that you didn't have the Brody character or Ellen show up. And then 4 was the death of Brody, but then you had Sean get killed.
Right. So, just so that way, help me out here, so I'm bad at. All right, Carla Brody was the name of the wife. So, Jaws 3.
Was the girlfriend 3? Yeah.
Bess Armstrong was the name of the character. Yeah, Dr. Catherine Morgan. So he broke up with her.
Yeah.
He broke up with her, met another woman, and had a
Went
kid.
to the Bahamas.
And went to the Bahamas.
To
And
get a grant to do research.
on Conch.
Which doesn't follow up anything he was doing.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I guess dealing with Conch is like at least scarier than having to deal with sharks. But it's weird that your character wants to be involved with marine life and wouldn't actually, because of the family history with sharks, not gone into and it was what he was actually kind of doing, wasn't it?
Well, I don't think he was really a researcher in the third one.
He was a trainer, but he was
an engineer mostly because he dealt with the park itself. So if anything, what they could have actually done, which once again you're messing with the continuity. Once again, what they could have actually done is, all right, so imagine the failure of the SeaWorld, and it was, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I got this grant in Venezuela to study. Come with me, and let's do a couple things down there. Let's remember, and thing too, they could have used the wife, the fact that she was upset. So you could actually have the whole thing set up with the wife trying to capture a great white to have in captivity. That could have been a good story for part 4.
Well, and one of the things that I did like about part 4 was Ellen's nightmare.
Yes.
But that was really because it felt like it was something that was actually happening in the movie. So if that nightmare was actually reality, let's just say, and the shark got Ellen, that would have motivated Michael. And you know what I mean? Like you would have had you would have added a little more.
So you would have preferred Ellen getting killed over Sean?
Sean, well, that would have left Michael to stop the shark. It killed Sean. The mom warned them. She got in the water. The shark got her. He sees the shark and realizes, all right, mom was right. But that nightmare, I'm not like, I did like, that's weird because whenever, like I said, when I rewatched it again, I was like, and I messaged Rick and I said, I'm going to put on Jaws 4 for my coworker. Because like I said, I had only done 1 through 3. I'm like, I'm going to put it on. And when I put it on, she's like, what? I'm like, I know this movie, like, this is one of the most, you have to suspend disbelief, and she sat there and she's like, I feel that they did the Ellen character wrong in this movie. And I looked at her and I'm like, oh, look at you thinking
You can
like
check the comments?
We will in a second.
Oh.
I was waiting for you to come back.
I feel like when I left, you were talking about this. And
we went. I asked him how he would remake. But I'm actually the same thing. How would you remake part 4?
I wouldn't. That's the problem. All right.
If you
answer the question.
Would you keep it in amity? Would you? So JR's was a continuation of 3. Mine
where
is
Mike went to Venezuela to basically do more research. So you had the option of Venezuela, you had the option of Bahamas, you had the option of keeping it in amity.
Well, first of all, just take away the revenge aspect. No sharks looking for revenge.
Well, we figured out the revenge part on how
I would not keep it in amity. I think let's keep the first part 2 was in amity as well, wasn't it?
It was amity too.
So let's keep the first 2 in amity. Those go hand in hand. I will go somewhere else. I mean, you could pick anywhere. Honestly, it doesn't matter.
Well, because in part 3, at the end of part 3, he had this grant to go to Venezuela to continue research, and that's where the continuity kind of died out because he had the girl who was basically she did whales, and they were going to go to Venezuela together. So if you would have the part 4, you could have did a continuation of that, of them going to Venezuela.
Yeah.
But the fact that for some unknown reason he ends up in the Bahamas doing conch studying with a different woman.
Oh, it was the Bahamas, not Jamaica.
Rick, while you were gone, we figured out that he left his girlfriend from part 3 to then be with the new wife, and have a kid. So like there was like he had this relationship with the girl in part 3, and now in part 4, the doctor's nowhere to be found. So it kind of it was all over the place. I mean, 4 honestly was literally just all over the place, and it should not be remade. I would honestly don't do 4, and you can redo 3.
I think 3 would
And
be awesome.
let's not do 3D. Let's
No,
not do
no.
3D.
No 3D.
The problem with redoing 3 is the concept at the time was fresh. But Jesus Christ. There's like 40 motherfuckers outside this apartment right now.
It's that
They
time of
just
year.
moved in there. They
It's-
just moved in, bro. Yo, when I go smoke my shit, yo, woo, they better not fuck with them.
Say hello and say you guys want to share.
Nah, I don't
You
like.
guys-
See, that's the problem, bro. You start,
yeah, yeah,
doing your
me,
thing,
that
then you
would-
got
yeah.
people come. Hey, what are you doing over there?
Oh no,
Yo,
I don't even call
Nah,
people
I'm
over.
an
Let's hang
introvert.
out.
I'm an introvert. You could keep it moving. Anyway, no, the problem with 3 is at the time it was a novel concept, but since then, like Piranha, I think did it in the Sea Park, and there's been other films doing the whole Sea Park, thing. So it's hard to do it again at a SeaWorld, for example, because it's
Well, you don't
been
have to
done.
do SeaWorld.
but
I want to do SeaWorld.
Yeah,
but
you
the
don't
problem
have to.
is that that was such a great concept at the time, though.
I
Imagine
see what you're
a
saying.
great white shark somehow getting inside of a water park like that.
I see what
Right?
you're saying.
It's
Well,
so
to
cool,
get their
but
kid, because I think it was their kid that.
Yeah.
I got it. So you do it. You actually do it in I think Saudi Arabia. Yeah, they're the ones doing these islands. So they're doing these man-made islands. So imagine a shark movie where they're doing these man-made islands and people are stuck on the fucking islands because you have fucking shark. And here comes Michael Brody to the rescue.
hey, man, as long as it's well done, no CGI, you can use. All right, no, I don't want to say that. It's 2025. Yes, of course, CGI can be a great tool to enhance your film. What I don't want is CGI sharks. Give me practical, and if you
Yeah.
need CGI to spruce it up, and other aspects around you, go back into the fucking ocean. I don't want to fucking shark movie in a fucking pool. Anyway, that's.
Well, before we sign off, because I was waiting for you to get back to say this, I think I might have to revise something. Brody is the final guy.
Not a slasher movie. Man.
I mean, it's a horror. This is a horror movie, though.
Yeah, but
He survived- he
final
survived.
guys and final
He
girls are
survived.
reserved for
Oh,
slashers.
slasher
But,
only.
here's the
Slasher
thing,
only.
though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right,
you-
all
Just
right,
before
one
this,
slasher.
there's been plenty of final guys if you think about it in
all right,
cinema.
all right, all right.
No,
I know
here's
what
the
you
question,
mean,
though.
though, Joe. I know what you mean.
If part 4, it wasn't Sean that was attacked by the shark, what if it was Brody that was finally taken out by the shark?
Yeah, that that could work.
Yeah, that would have been
That could
better.
work, yeah. Yeah,
And I
would've
do
been.
have to say,
Now you got the revenge factor.
But Roy Schneider was very smart for saying, if they asked him, like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
you,
good.
you can kill me off screen. We're good.
Dude, his character, and this is where you have the debate, and I know we kind of avoid it a little bit. Part 1 is iconic, and part 2 goes in that line was how many great sequels have we had to films where you could have the debate that which one is better, 1 or 2.
yeah,
What I like
I mean,
about 2 is more of the Brody character, the PTSD, the fact that they actually made a guy more human, more humanized him to the point where, I mean, come on, he shot a school of salmon in the water, and they were like, well, you shot fish, and then he got fired. And then his whole argument was, well, here's a picture, and his whole picture, this blurry picture, you have that one eyeball, the black eyeball, and I know I'm right. And he got fired, and he was still right, but I just think, like, and part 2 has a great kill count.
I do. I was. You said,
Alright.
wait. What you just said?
he said
Part 2 has a
good
great kill count.
Oh, I thought you
Uh,
mentioned. I thought you said cast because I was just gonna say that.
No,
A
I
lot of
was-
good
yeah,
characters in that movie.
It
A
is,
lot of good
it is.
characters.
All right.
The dude from
Let's-
Christine.
Yeah, I was just. His name escapes me. That's why I didn't mention him. But
Oh shit.
I love that
Look,
dude. Man.
Yeah.
Let's hit up before we say goodbye.
yeah, all right.
Just
Yeah,
a couple comments, and I'm gonna say one. Here's
Well, you guys.
we're gonna
are
no
done
go to the
with this.
comments because I'm gonna say when it comes to 1 and
Okay.
2 what my argument. But let's hit the comments.
Adam says the singing on the boat is one of the best scenes ever. Show me the way,
to go
Oh,
home.
oh, I'm tired and I wanna go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it went straight to my head. Woo! All right. Bring out the pops, Ricky Van. I would, but they are on my wall, and I'm not gonna go and grab them for my display. But yeah, man, I collect. I got all the Jaws fucking Funko Pops. Jaws is the best. If there's a Jaws anything, I'm collecting it. All right. That scene in the beginning is so scary with the buoy dinging. Oh yeah, again.
Yeah.
Which I
Again, the
love.
sound.
Iconic
Again, the
and
sound,
replicated.
bro.
And I love the Shallows did the same thing with the buoy.
Yeah, the Shallows
They
is.
did, they did.
I would say the Shallows, as far as a newer shark film, is one of my favorites. And Jared
I
knows
love
we
the
covered it.
Shallows. I love
One
the
of
Shallows.
listen, we wasn't that one of our earlier 3/4 of
Well,
Harvest.
I think we should revisit that.
That
one.
was before Joe.
We actually haven't done the shot. Oh, you guys did.
Yeah,
do the
that was,
Shallows.
yeah, we did. That was
I
before.
That was
we
without
need to-
me.
Yeah, we need to revisit that one.
Yeah, we should. That was a great film.
Uh,
Selena says, Joe, oh my God, LOL, me too, and Punta Cana, and once in Mexico and in
That's
Jamaica.
swimming in the ocean at night.
Okay. Oh,
I will
yeah,
also add, I skinny dipped during those times too because I didn't want to
We
put.
don't need to.
Well,
I
no,
don't want. I don't want to think about Joe flip flopping like
Well, no,
Wabo
I
the
didn't-
countryside.
It's like late at night, so you don't want to put wet clothes on.
Come on, man. Watching it. The race says, why don't Michael Madsen die today?
Let's
Rest in
take
peace.
a quick little shot to Michael
That's
Madsen.
a Michael
I mean,
Madsen.
that
Great
guy,
actor.
that guy
Will be
gave us
missed.
some iconic roles.
Listen, let's pause for a second. Let me pause the music. Hold on, because yeah, man, this is true. We lost Michael Madsen. We lost
Yeah.
Mike. Very young.
67.
Too young. I mean, this guy was the actor that when you saw him in roles,
By the
you
way,
believed him as a
JR
character. And JR, Joe's cutting me off. What happened?
Go ahead,
No.
Jared.
Come on, who didn't like him in Kill Bill, man? Come
Oh
on.
yeah, he loved. But Jared, welcome to the 50s, where all of a sudden you start realizing everybody around your age is starting.
Let
to
me
drop
tell
like
you, I was
flies.
cranky as fuck yesterday. I'm like, is this the 50s already? I'm already getting cranky.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm just trying to say, what? Look now, when you see these people pass away, you're like, oh god, they're so close to my age. But
Nah,
yes,
I don't
Michael
think that,
Madsen.
man.
Let's give a toast to Michael Madsen.
Mr. Blonde.
All
I
his
mean,
great
God,
roles.
dag, man. All the Quentin Tarantino films have been in. All the
Yeah, I mean,
Michael Mann. Oh, this guy,
Yeah.
Michael Madsen was great. Rest in peace, sir.
Rest in peace. Great roles. Like I said, Kill Bill. I love his Kill Bill role. His Kill Bill role was.
Part
Dude.
2, he was awesome. I love him.
He said it. He goes, "This woman deserves." If you
said it.
listen to his
Yeah.
speech, he says, "This woman deserves to kill me."
Yeah.
It's not the revenge. It is him saying,
He knows
"Me
it. Yeah, I
dying
fucked
at
up.
the hands
Yeah.
of this woman. I deserve it."
But the fact that how he
Awesome.
was waiting for her to come, you see,
Oh, that's a fucking.
And the way he went out too, bro, with the
Dude,
snake. Oh.
But I'm gonna say what I know we're diverting real quick, but
Part
when he-
2, let's be real. Part 2, I'll be honest, it's the better movie.
yes, yes. Part
People
2 is
like
more-
part
it
1
is-
because it's more action.
yes.
Part
But
2 is a
part
little bit
2
more-
is a Quentin Tarantino
It's
film.
more
bro.
character. Part 2 is all
Yes,
about the
bro.
character.
I will die in the hill defending part 2.
And I will say this: watch part 2 in the dark, so that way when she gets put in her coffin, you actually
nah, I'm
feel
claustrophobic.
your.
You want me
I
to
am
have
too.
a panic
Listen,
attack,
listen.
bro?
No, and I felt that with her whole like you're sitting there, but the way that that Michael Madsen's character planned it all out and mocked her, like, oh, here she is, the big one. That's just your chest is gonna fucking hurt. I mean, it's just like
Yeah,
so.
good
Rest in
shit.
peace.
Salute. Thank you for
Salute.
all the memories, my friend. I never met you, but I mean, yeah, man. It's a sad day. When I saw this morning, like, oh damn, I was in a good mood, ready for the stream, and you hit something, especially someone so young.
I
you're like,
messaged you. I was like,
I know,
Michael Madsen
I-
died. I was like, oh
Yeah.
no. I literally saw that.
Cabal says Ricky Van needs to upgrade his setup. JR and Joe got it locked in. Yeah, I do, Cabal. But I'm
He's
locked up
gonna
right
get
now.
there. He's gonna get there.
According to P Rock, I'm held.
I'm gonna.
I'm in
make a trip.
Guantanamo Bay right now.
I'm going to make a trip to Connecticut, and as the
Nah, it's fine. It's
one
fine.
person,
Hey, man.
no. We'll like I said,
It's
when I
all
make my
good,
trip,
man.
when I make my trip up
There's
there,
no-
I'm going up there and I'm redoing your room, and we're gonna get this shit down.
Nah,
right?
it's all good. I gotta be simplistic. Anyway, yeah. Okay, Joe. You could redo my. P Rockzilla says I enjoyed part 3. Part 3 is a guilty pleasure. I'm
That's fine.
sorry.
It's
It
fine.
is.
It's fine.
It's
It's fine.
It's
funny, man.
cheesy, but it's at least
Oh,
it's entertaining.
That scene where the shark's coming up to attack, to hit the window.
That's
and
the
then
part
when
I
it hits
was.
the window, I'm like,
That's the part I'm talking about, Gio. We keep slowly creeps in.
talk about tension. They had one good tension scene in that one. That was when they go to hunt the 10-footer, and she's in the water, comes behind her and grabs her air canister.
Yeah.
That was a good scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
enjoyed
It
that
was.
scene.
It was. It was. Saw Part 3 in the theater. The 3D was fun.
It
Never
was.
saw the fourth
I,
one.
I saw. I
I
saw the
guess I
third one.
should, but I just no. You don't have to do.
You don't
Rick.
have to.
No. Hold on. As a completionist, I know that's not a word, but I still use that. You need to check it out, DeRay. Because if movies, especially if you like 1, 2, and you enjoyed 3, you gotta get 4.
If you want to laugh at scenes like Michael
Yeah.
Caine falling into the water and then coming out of the
Going-
ocean completely
going-
dry.
Well, and when the shark goes up, he goes, "Oh fuck!" And I'm like, "Did Michael Caine just drop
yeah.
an oh fuck?"
Or like with JR said, I already got JR. What was that scene?
Was Marvin Peebles?
No. The scene with oh Jesus Christ, what was it? We talked about it earlier. Oh my God.
Oh,
what
when
was
he's
it?
getting
Oh,
zapped
when
with
they blew
Godzilla?
up, when they zapped him and he saw like Godzilla.
No, all right, Rick. All right, real quick.
He
The
did
fact that
sound like
Marvin
Godzilla.
Peebles gets bit in the stomach, in the
You
torso.
think he does? You think? Of course he survives.
He
I have to get-
survives.
He
One
survives, of
bite, he
course.
was split in half. I mean, come
No
on.
one dies in that movie, but the first guy in the beginning. That's the
Not only
side.
that, you're bleeding the fuck out in the water. So you're gonna die anyways.
The fourth corner says, "Glad you love the found
It
footage
was good.
touch,"
I love
featuring Kaylee as the monster in the dark.
Nice.
Happy
I love-
birthday!
Happy- Good job.
Thank you,
That
Lex.
was
That
a
was a
great,
great
Well,
job.
to-
I love
video.
that.
To peel to peel the curtain back a little bit, when Kylie did her thing, the sound was non-existent. It didn't come out. So everything you heard was all 80 yard in there by me. So
That's all good.
Good job, dude.
thank you, man. All right, one last one.
Oh.
What a familia! Happy birthday, JR, and that's Queen Mosura.
Hey, nice to see you. Thank you very much.
All right, I'm gonna, sorry guys, I'm pulling up because I forgot what we're doing.
Thank you,
I wanna say-
Queen. Nice to see you here.
I still got one more. Just to let y'all.
Yeah, I got more. I got a whole bottle. So you can Joe.
Well, I bought a whole box.
I want Joe to be texting me later on, just rambling
no,
about
we'll
random
do-
shit.
we'll
That's
do
when I know we
another
had
one.
a good night, bro.
We'll
Okay,
do
Joe.
another one, but
I was
before
gonna
we
watch Jaws after this.
Joe's
No,
not,
oh,
he's
yeah,
not
yeah,
slurring yet, so he's
The
good.
Ray Cross got a good one.
All right.
Oh, another one? Where? Oh, yeah, Ray. Hold on. How about Jaws 4 in space? You know
oh
what?
God, can you imagine that?
I was going to mention that. One movie that's not a shark, it's not a Jaws movie, but there's a movie that's not shark related. I forgot the name of it. If anyone knows, Dre, if you know. It was a sci-fi movie, so maybe not. I don't know. It was with Jeffrey Combs, where he had this fucking shark man in a fucking tank, and he was like, "That's not a shark, that's my son." And it's like a hammerhead, or I don't know. It was so bad, but
When it turns to
cheesy.
zombies.
It was one of those it was not zombies. It was one of those sci-fi, like,
Did you
sci-fi
see
horror.
the zombie shark one, where it basically
Hammerhead.
No, it was a Japanese horror film.
Hammerhead is the name of the movie.
Oh, but there was a
with
Japanese
the
horror
with the shark
film.
with the zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Japanese horror film, and all the animals in the aquarium turned to zombies, and one was a fucking shark.
Oh God, what's it called?
It's bad. I
Oh,
don't know.
Jared, wait, Joe just said it. What was it, Joe?
Hammerhead.
Hammer. It's really Hammerhead. All right.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that was-
it's Hammerhead. Well,
It's
One with
zombies.
Hammerhead also plays Preston King, a scientist who
How the
turns into a
fucking Joe know about this and never
half-man,
shared it?
half-shark
No,
hybrid
Oh,
with the DNA. No, I'm talking about the one that Rick was talking about.
Oh, with Jeffrey Combs. Yeah, you're right.
That's
It is
Hammerhead.
called the Hammerhead. You're
Yeah,
right.
or Sharkman.
It has,
Right,
it has two names.
It has to Hammerhead or Sharkman.
Rick, the other one's called Aquarium of the Dead.
Joe, I think we need to
Oh my
look
God,
at
we have
that.
to do that for fucking brains.
Aquarium
We're
of the
gonna
Dead.
have to do a
Yes,
brains
that
and
was
food.
it.
We'll have to do that.
We got to do that one, bro. We got to do that.
All right, so JR, my brother, happy birthday. Welcome
you.
to 50s. We'll be celebrating. Ricky, when's yours hitting?
My 50th? Not for a few years, so we're good.
How old are you?
Oh,
now?
we'll still be.
I'm
here.
45, so 5 years, 5 more years.
God damn.
5
So,
more years.
all right.
I
But
may look
Jared-
older than both of y'all, but I'm the youngest guy here. So.
It's beard color, people. I won't lie.
I'm
if
natural,
Y'all,
I'm
if, y'all
natural.
don't, if y'all don't watch the videos and y'all don't realize I don't cut my beard, then y'all fools.
Well,
But,
no,
JR.
it's fine. It's fine.
No, I don't mean to. Fool.
No
I'm just
shade.
trying
No,
to
we're not
say- yeah,
shaming
no.
people for
But
coloring. their
JR,
teeth.
my brother, happy birthday. I love you. Welcome to the 50s.
Oh wait, I'm gonna challenge you guys right now.
No.
Name your top 5 shark films of all time. I mean, obviously Jaws.
Top 5, I
right?
couldn't do that.
I
I'll
can't
name.
do 5. I can
Yes.
do. I can do.
Four,
I
your
can
top
do.
4.
All right, I'll do my top ones. All right, go ahead, Joe. Joe, you go first.
Me, obviously, number 1 is
I'm not even gonna
Jaws.
think about it.
Hold on. Number 1 is Jaws. Number 2 is Jaws 2. Number 3 is Deep Blue Sea. And I'm gonna add a new one because I thoroughly enjoyed Under Paris. So I'll put
Okay.
Under Paris as my fourth one.
Wow.
Because you have to
Surprised.
you
Like
need you
that.
can't get you I mean you can't
The-
hold on to the past. You have to realize
Well,
that some of the new
because
stuff.
the Sharks won. Because the Sharks won.
Oh, and that's what I'm saying. So for me, yeah. So that's my 4.
Rick.
Jaws 1 and 2, obviously. That's the apex. The Shallows, I would put in there, and I would say I forgot the name of it, but the one where there was a hurricane and the sharks went into the supermarket.
We reviewed that
Bait.
one.
Jesus
Bait.
Christ!
Bait,
Was it
yes,
bait?
bait,
Yeah,
bait,
okay,
bait,
I'm
yes.
sorry.
All right,
Listen,
there you
man, I'm a little buzzed, but
Me too.
there's a lot of shark movies, man. All right,
go. There it is.
All right,
Bait
for
was
me,
awesome.
For me, I'm gonna flip it. I got Jaws 2.
Wait, that's not wait. Besides Jaws and 1 and 2, yes, but everything after that, there's no order. That's just
Yeah.
you
For
know,
me,
whatever.
I mean, I got Jaws 2 as number 1, Jaws 1 as number 2. I have the Shallows. I love the Shallows. Me and Rick, we
Oh, fucking
if
movie's
you hear
great.
me, Rick,
We'll revisit that one.
we're gonna revisit that one because that one deserves to be talked with us three. And the fourth one, I'm gonna say because it's
I know what it
only,
is. I
it's
know
the
what it is.
only found
Yep,
footage
I knew
shark
it.
film ever.
You know what? That's in my top 5
Yeah.
actually. I didn't say.
Yeah.
I only said 4 movies, right?
Yeah.
So that's my 5th one. Go ahead, Joe. Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot the cage
You forgot
dive.
You forgot the name of it. Look.
forgot the first part of it.
Go ahead, Joe. Tell him.
Your alcohol is kicking in.
Tell him,
right?
Joe.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
my
Joe.
alcohol's
Go ahead,
kicking
Joe.
in.
Oh shit. 40.
No.
No.
It's Oh my god.
I thought it was part of the. I thought that it was the second part. Okay, the cage dive.
It was the
one.
third part. The cage dive
47?
number 3. It's not part of 47 meters
No.
down, man. It's the other one that you like where the 2 people got stranded in the water.
Come
Open
on, remember
Water
they
3.
use real
Open water.
sharks.
Open water.
Thank you.
All right.
Open water is an awesome one. Honestly,
Yeah.
underrated.
Open water gives me panic attacks.
Thank you.
Open Water
Great film.
3 Cage Dive is so
There you
good.
go.
As
I was
the
close.
only found footage shark film that's out there. Nobody's gonna replace it. Nobody's gonna do anything better.
You know what? I've never seen that one.
Dude,
Cage
all right.
Dive.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the original one. The original
No,
was
no,
on.
no, no.
That's on
No,
my.
the
I love the
ones-
original.
yeah, the original one's
I've
good.
never
Cage-
seen the Cage Dive.
Cage Dive
I'll be
destroys
honest.
the original one. I'll be honest.
Yeah?
It destroys the original one.
I'll take your word
Because-
for it. Where's the streaming? Please don't say Tubi.
Right, Tubi.
Yes,
What?
to be.
What I recommend if you watch Open Water 3 Cage Dive is honestly fast forward the first 20 minutes of the film because the character building it's not needed in the film. But once they get into the water, so the premise of the film is a bunch of 3 people go into the to cage diving, and a rogue wave basically keeps them stranded. So now they're in the water with great whites. It has some of the best, I would say, probably one of the best films as far as CGI goes for sharks. But
We-
if you
we
watch
critique
films,
that.
but if you watch films like The Reef, it kind of reminds you of The Reef as far as how the sharks go.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
wait a minute. Hold,
wait a
wait,
minute.
whoa.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I forgot about the
I'm
Reef.
going to redo my 4th one is the Reef. Actually, I
But
put the Reef on my 4th
I would
one.
say watch Open Water 3 Cage Dive. Fast forward the first 20 minutes of the film because unfortunately it does what a lot of horror films does where the
Reef is
character building
awesome.
that does not need it. But once it gets into the water, I guarantee you, not one, the shark appearances are great in the film, but 2, what's one of the things that we hype on that it just drives us crazy in a lot of films?
CGI?
No,
Or bad CGI. Not
character.
CGI. Bad CGI.
The decisions the characters make in the film. You will have one character in this film where you literally want to punch her in the face. That's all I'm gonna say. But
But
Open
people
water.
do bad decisions in real life.
oh, not like this film, dude. You're gonna dislike this one particular character. But the fact that it's done in the found footage makes the movie stand out as far as.
So that's on Tubi, you said?
I highly recommend watching. Yes. I highly
Well, the thing
recommend.
is, I watch a lot of films with my girlfriend, and it's the commercials, man. It's
No,
you're
yeah,
not in sync. You're not in sync when you watch
No,
it from
I
two
would
different
say
households.
can't do it. Can't do it.
No,
That's
it's
the
hard.
problem. That's the issue. It's not I would watch them because all right,
No,
whatever.
li-
I could
listen.
put on some notes in between, but
You're
I'll tell
doing
you
it with.
Watch it, and if you guys like it, maybe that's another film we should revisit. Because
you covered it,
is-
didn't you? Right?
I did
It's
cover
okay.
it on Lost or Found, but if we're gonna do something where we could revisit a couple shark films,
All
I
right.
would say definitely watch that one.
Yeah.
I'm curious about you guys' opinion. Like I said, the first 20 minutes of film, but after that,
Wait,
So-
you saying it's slow or it's bad?
It's slow.
It's character building that you
Okay,
don't
that's
need
fine.
in the
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like, oh, it's bad, but it gets better.
No.
Wait, wait a
Once
minute,
you
hold
get
on a
into the
second.
water, you're like, fuck yeah.
All right, Rick. Before you actually close this out by meaning your last words. Any last things you need to say?
Nah, man, just happy birthday, JR, man.
Oh,
you know,
the
God
Ray
bless.
got a recommendation for you, Rick.
Dag, yo, me and Joe are never gonna get our things for GR, yo. Keep interrupting.
Sorry.
Adblock Plus works on Tubi.
There
On
you
the
go.
computer?
Oh. Right. That's good
I'll
to
have,
know.
I'll have. Thank you, man. I'll have
Thank
to
you.
look into that because anyway. Yep.
So-
anyway, happy birthday, brother.
Make sure to join us next week because obviously on this channel, if we did a movie and they drop a sequel, we're gonna have to do it. It's Megan 2.0.
Oh, you know what?
I've already gone and saw it. I cannot wait, honestly, to see what these two motherfuckers are gonna have
Well,
to
that
say
movie
about
came
this.
and went already. I think GR, when are you going?
I'm not going Tuesday. I'm probably gonna go Thursday. I'll let you know on Thursday.
I'll go Tuesday. I'm going Tuesday.
All right, I'm just kidding.
I'll probably be the only one in the theater. Put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say
That movie
Listen,
came and went. Nobody
I'm-
went to see that.
Nobody's
Even
trying-
hold on. Even what's the guy name?
Blumhouse?
Blum. No, Bloom. Right? What's his name? Jason Bloom. What's his name?
yeah.
Blumhouse.
know,
Jason
I know.
Blum.
Yeah.
Even he was like,
I
oh,
know,
you
I
know
know.
what? We fucked up.
We're
We're
going to
streaming
do
in
it.
2 weeks, dude. In 2 weeks, it'll be streaming.
We're going to do it. We're gonna
we
review
gotta
it.
do it. We gotta do it.
So,
fuck it. Hey,
because again, when it comes to sequels, because we're also going to be doing. I mean, we all hated The Strangers Chapter 1, and that's
well,
going to be coming up.
I didn't hate it. I just think.
Well,
I just think that they just made the same fucking movie
Yeah,
again.
no
Same
creativity input.
Yeah.
But if you are not following us on Instagram, make sure you do at Horror Fiend TV. We have posted the movies for this month. I'll tell you guys right now what we're doing. We're doing Megan 2.0, The Descent. If you have not seen that movie, check it out. It's an awesome fucking movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, watch it in the dark also, because that elevates.
No,
the
you
fucking
have to
movie.
watch that in the dark.
Watch it in the dark, and you
But
know what? Watch it in the dark and lie on the floor.
I will
or
say
out
this
of
though,
bed.
as someone who suffers from extreme claustrophobia,
Me too.
so I'm gonna give you a trigger warning. Watch it in the
Trigger.
dark though, but it's just to enhance the fear. And trust
Yes.
me, you need to experience what the characters are experiencing
only
to
way you will-
truly appreciate the film.
Right. The only way you will appreciate that movie is if you are not in a seated position. Trust me. And
Yeah.
after that, the new, I guess it's going to be a reboot. We'll find out. I Know What You Did Last Summer. And we're going to do The Damned. I'm keeping it on the schedule because I want
Damn.
to.
Oh
Actually,
yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think we should keep it now because
No, we're doing it. It's on
Hell
schedule.
House LLC drops a new one. Lineage.
I shared it to you, GR. It's not even found
Yeah.
footage.
It's
No,
not.
they're going to move it. They want
When
to
is
show
that?
it.
Is that after The Damned?
It comes out in August.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. There you go.
But
We'll cover it.
Like-
We'll cover it.
Jared, if you want to look at your stuff, but as far as July, what we got coming, again, follow the Instagram page because Sunday night, the Beer Brothers. First of all, we have July 4th coming up, Holiday Horror. It's gonna be actually tomorrow. I hope Rick, I hope you're good.
Wait. No.
Uncle Sam is get to work.
Oh shit! Wait.
Yeah, get to work, motherfucker.
I'm not dropping it tomorrow, am I?
July 4th is tomorrow,
All right, it's not dropping tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you right now. I didn't even start
right.
it.
so possibly July.
I'm thinking
5th.
Sunday, bro.
Possibly July 5th. Oh my God, he does not know his schedule because
Bro,
then-
we're not you. All right.
But
To be
then-
fair,
but
to be fair, hold on. To be fair, yes, Joe, you're right. We drop on holidays. You're right. But holidays are usually on Sundays. Usually the ones that we've been dropping.
So all right, listen. If
So
the
watch
schedule,
it and then prepare for
all
Sunday
right,
to watch
if the schedule.
Hey, I tell you what.
goes-
Hey, listen. If I get it done in time tomorrow,
Right.
I could do those in my sleep. But
Right.
it
So if
depends,
the
and
sch-
no one comes in here and be like, "Oh, dude, I gotta do it." I always get pulled away. Put it that way. So
If the schedule goes awry, I'm just letting you know what we're dropping.
damn.
Sunday
I
nights,
fucked up.
we do have Uncle Sam either tomorrow or Saturday.
It's
And then
coming.
on-
Uncle Sam's
and then-
coming.
And then on Sunday, The Girl Next Door. That is going to be followed by a debut for the Sunday night show.
Wait a minute. Sundays are Girl Next Door.
Yes.
So you want me to drop Uncle Sam
I'm not gonna
and
work.
then no, this ain't gonna work, bro.
All right,
This-
we'll
how
figure,
about-
We'll
I
figure
didn't even
this out.
start. I didn't even start
figure-
Uncle Sam.
I
It's a
already
live
let him.
stream.
I
Put
already
you on the
let.
gun on live stream.
I already let him know his
Hey
schedule.
man, we
It's
keep
not
it
on me.
real. We keep it real,
We are.
man. This is
All
how
right,
we.
so if it doesn't drop on the exact dates that I say,
It's fine. We'll
Alright.
get it.
But
It's
then
coming. They're
what
coming.
we
They're
have,
coming.
yes. So either the 4th or the 5th, Uncle Sam. It is a 4th of July horror movie. It's Uncle Sam. Yes, check it out. It's weird to be honest with you.
It
yes,
is very weird.
And
When I'm dropping.
it'll be followed by The Girl Next Door, based on Jack Ketchum, based on a true story. That will be followed by a new show that Rick and I will be dropping.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
we'll,
announce it yet, but
you'll see that one.
we'll roll it out soon.
And Rick is going to be doing probably the first animated horror we've done on the channel. So props to that one. But that's going to be heavy metal. It's an anthology movie with a vast different stories. And make sure to join us live at the end of the month for Zombie 4. Because honestly,
Yeah, I've been
we're
waiting.
gonna fucking do all the zombie movies. I mean, these were the Italian
I've
sequels.
seen them already. Oh, I can't wait.
We're
to
not
talk
putting
about
this in horror Italiano. This is just gonna sit there. And JR, what you got to it going for Tuesdays?
So, due to technical difficulties, on Tuesday, Last Exorcism would be dropping as far as Lost or Found.
it. Ooh, which one is
Finish
that? That's
film.
the one with the dude who is
That's
like
the one who's
fraud?
basically a fake, the fake
That
preacher.
movie's great.
So that will be dropping. Actually, for Beyond Our World, The Faculty will be dropping.
Another
Ooh.
great film.
Wait,
Robert
did you already
Rodriguez film.
record it?
Not yet. It's on the works.
Yeah, Joe.
I want to jump on that one.
Jump on it, Joe.
Let me know what you need.
Also-
Let me know what you need from me. That's a fucking kick ass.
Uh,
Very, very.
Yeah, so Joe might
very
jump on it.
un-
I might have more guests.
underappreciated, by the way.
Under. It's a great cast, but
Oh
the
my
story
God.
itself is one of these original, and I think it's Robert Rodriguez.
Yes, yeah,
Dude,
bro.
the
So just so that you
motherfucker
guys
gives
know,
it-
if
Robert
you guys,
Patrick is in it, bro.
if you guys
Elijah
haven't been
Wood.
watching, as far as Beyond Our World, the theme of Beyond Our World for this season has been invasion. So a lot of the films are invasion films.
Yeah.
So that's
Alright.
the thing for that one. Now, also with the Fourth Corner, we're right now in the works with the next season for What's Your Story. Also in the works is season 3 of The Houses That Horror Built. And Radar and I got this new series coming up. So
Oh,
If
we got
you're
two new
into-
series.
if you're into folklore, just get prepped up because we got a lot of folklore coming your way.
Nice. So yeah, watch the channel.
I
Two new
love
series are
folk-
coming up. JR, I'd love that you pulled one of ours because we were like, we have a new series, and so do you. That's how we do.
Mhm.
I mean, we're like the
Keep
channel.
it fresh. Keep it
We
fresh.
keep it
you know?
fresh.
There's a lot of horror out there, right?
Yeah.
And we like to keep it organized because some people, let's say certain people only like found footage type horror. Some people only like zombie films. Some people only like science fiction horror. So we like to keep them organized and
Oh.
kind of uniformed within a separate,
Yeah.
and a separate what you want to call
Entity.
portion of our show. So if somebody
Entity or
wants to go and see it,
multiverse.
Also, though, for you independent filmmakers, there's a show that me and Ricky have in the works as well. So once we get it in, once we get it, basically how we're gonna do it,
yeah, look out for that.
we're
Yeah.
going to be requesting a lot of films from indie filmmakers to appear on this channel.
Oh, I got one for you that already said, hey.
That's right,
Can
Joe shot
Oh,
one,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, that somebody reached out to me and say, hey, you guys love horror? I did this movie. What do you want to do? So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys one.
Set
Yeah.
it away, yeah.
Send it
Make
our
sure
way,
to
it's in
check
the
out.
works.
Literally, we're gonna keep your Thursdays, Tuesdays, and Sundays lined up. Make sure to
Follow the
follow.
Instagram page.
hit follow.
Joe,
on
again,
Instagram
what's the Instagram address? We'll put it in the description a little
At Horror Fiend
after
TV.
we go live.
at Horror Fiend TV.
Very easy at Horror Fiend TV. So all of
So
our
hit
shows
that.
and the dates will pop up on there.
We will provide you guys any links for any lives. So thank you for joining us.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you guys. Most of all, JR. Happy birthday, my brother. I
Thank you.
love you. Thank you. Honestly, you're the captain of this
JR
ship.
started all this.
JR,
so-
JR is fucking. Wait, what's his shit? I'm so fucking drunk right now. Shaw? Is it Shaw?
Huh?
What's the damn it? Brody
Hey, we're
Hooper.
all
Brody
feeling
Hooper.
nice.
What's Robert Shaw's character? Quint.
Quint?
Quinn, I'm Quinn.
JR is
Quint?
Quint. Oh yeah.
JR is more Hooper to me.
I think Joe would be
Oh.
more Quinn.
Oh, I'm
Nah,
Quint.
Joe would be that guy. A what?
No, fuck you.
Because they'll be too nice.
Man.
No, Joe be
Alright.
like that. Joe be
Alright,
like
wait,
his mom, yo.
wait,
You
wait,
knew
wait,
that
wait.
shark was in the water.
Wait. If we're gonna do Quint, Hooper, and Brody, who's what? I guess
All right, I'm Brody. I
He's
hate the
Brody. He don't like
water.
the water. He
I
don't
hate
like
the water.
No,
I'm
he don't like the
Brody.
water.
JR, what are you?
I think you'll be Quinn. I think I'll be Hooper.
There you go.
You're right.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
So for the
Joe will be the guy that hold that vendetta and take everybody with him.
Actually, you're fucking right.
He was
So,
fucking
thank you for
smashed
joining
away
us.
for no reason.
Thank you for joining us. It was fun to have to do actually celebrate. It's hard to celebrate somebody's birthday sometimes, and we were able to do this. I mean, Jared's birthday was yesterday, but however,
Yeah,
we
it's
made
alright.
sure we did it today.
You're right.
So
You're right. Yeah.
it's very hard for the channel for the schedule to line up when we can celebrate each other.
Oh,
So,
Joe wants to do a last shot. Oh, right now.
Last
Let's
shot
do it.
before we go.
Let's do it.
last
Let's do it.
shot.
So I
I
want
already
to
had
say,
it ready, so.
So I want
Me
to say
too.
thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting our channel. We do this for fun. We do this for passion. But overall, we do it to see what you guys think of what we're doing, and continue supporting us because, like it seems like we always say, we have a lot coming your way, and we're still growing more shows. So thank you very much. Cheers.
Salute. And stay scared.
Hit that button, bro.